Hey guys, I'm from Air 15 and we're doing an overview video of the best Polar Star ever built by AR-15. It is America.
Alright, these are .28 Elite Force BBs in a PTS
EPM. Enhanced Polymer Mag.
Okay, there you go.
The results that we had due to this build, we had a variance of 2 FPS due to the proper sealage, the alignment, in conjunction with the barrel, the hop up, the bucking, and everything flowing straight. As we move on to the grouping test, we saw that we had a very small grouping placed in a box. The wider groups, as far as the shots being shot out, was mainly due to operator error shooting at 70 feet. So sometimes either your heartbeat or moving around a little bit can cause a little bit of variation. But as far as the platform itself, is extremely accurate, especially at 70 feet. Grouping. And if you listen closely, you cannot hear the sound of the gun. You can only hear the BBs whizzing through the air and smacking the box, which shows exactly how quiet it is at 70 feet.
Starting off with the overview. It uses PTS EPM magazines for the usage of this rifle. The base gun is an Elite Force VFC 416 as the main body for the conversion. Starting from the front, we do have a Gemtech Mock suppressor, which details will come in just a second. We do have the Fortis shift grip. We do have the NC Star 3x9 with a red dot up on top, Magpul grip, and the VFC QRS stock. Now, this rifle has gone through many changes as far as internally, externally, but what we have right here is probably the best overall build that we have. Internally, we do have an Orga 6.23 Magnus barrel with the stock VFC hop-up system on there. Why didn't we go ProWin or anyone else? Is because this actually fed the best and it works really well. So there's really no need to switch out that hop-up system for something to make it worse. We do also have a Prometheus purple bucket in there with the nub shaved down because we do have a flat hop installed. The Namazu Firefly flat hop nub being used to touch this BB. It is a 363mm inner barrel, so it ends just about right there. As far as the engine, we do have the Polar Star version 2 Gen 3 model with a lightning banjo, red poppet, and red nozzle. But what makes this gun more different than the other ones? Well, we put a lot of attention and detail as far as the alignment, using digital calipers to make sure it is properly aligned with the body, the barrel, and everything else in order to maintain a good seal. The alignment itself is so close that it's actually less than the width of a single piece of paper. This engine does support a speed trigger to maintain a very short trigger pull to maintain higher accuracy at longer ranges, because the lighter the trigger pull, the less difference it's going to make further down range. One really good feature about this rifle is that it is extremely quiet. Because of the Orga barrel inside, it's able to widen everything out, get that volumization. So instead of using a tight bore with a snap, it's going to be more of a thud. So let's say you're about like 10, 20 feet away, the BB hitting you is actually going to be a lot louder than the gun itself going off. Because of the HPA system and the solenoids, a lot of the sound is very neglected. You can also see in the video that the BB smack will actually be louder than you can't actually hear the gun. You just hear the box being hit, and that's it. We did do a test at 70 feet with really small groupings where a lot of the BBs were keyholing each other to maintain that accuracy, especially at longer ranges when they reach out and touch somebody. Now, as far as what we we did to compare the accuracy, we have two different ways to calculate that. We have point target and area target. Point target is if I'm going to aim at you, I'm going to hit you. You know, right where my crosshair is going to be at. Area target is where you're going to start lobbying, and hopefully one of those will hit you. Usually by the time you get the longer ranges or you start to overhop, you're starting to really kind of use that area target more so than like your point target. This gun is very good at point target at multiple ranges, so you're hardly ever trying to lob the BB out or even trying to hope he hits something. And one thing to close off of, which we're still looking into, is that this rifle fired in rapid fire is actually more accurate than single fire. What we think is with the DR settings, as far as the timing between the nozzle and the poppet, maybe it's so perfect that it perfectly seats that BB before it shoots out, in order to get a lot more consistent, because this system does run off the closed bolt, which is another reason why it's so quiet, because the closed bolt where it seats the BB perfectly in the hop-up, it's kind of hard for us to measure at the moment as far as does it maybe shift down or does not as misaligned or as perfect as if with the rapid fire system it would hit it perfectly every single time. Like I said, we're still solving these mysteries and more to make sure we do run a perfect system. So tuning is also a very important part as far as being able to go run it. You go shoot it, and then you come back and tell me, hey, I could shoot a little more, or I'm not getting the right refresh, or any little details I can then turn around and start adjusting as far as settings. Settings is very important because straight out of the box, it's not always going to work. As far as the air tank and regulator setup, do have just actually a normal red line, not the SFR version, but the original red line that came out with a Ninja 4500 90 cubic inch tank. So it's a really big one to help also volumize a lot of the build that's been going into it. So from start, where the air source, down to the regulator, down to the line, all the way down to the engine, all the way to the hop-up, to the barrel, to the mock suppressor, all the way out to the target. All that matters as far as from front to the back. And so we calculate each and every variable to make sure that they all work in harmony. That's what we have here on America. She's been running great. She's well known here in the South Texas community. So overall, we put a lot of time, money, and energy into this build to make it the way it is. And we do like to try and replicate that in our customer builds as well, to make sure they have the same alignment, the barrel upgrades, and everything they need in order to perform greater than most other Polar Stars that you can buy from anywhere else. So if you guys want something similar built, or you like something like this, let me know. So, from our family to yours, live the game.
Don't forget, guys, that for every $20 that you do spend, you get a hole punch that validates towards a full day of admission.
And if you like that video, make sure to click the subscribe button or check out all the other videos below and hit the enable button for you to get the latest updates when videos are being released. Be sure to check out also our Facebook, our YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all our other social media sites, as well as our website at Airsoft Revolution 15 to get the latest. So, from our family to yours, live the game.